All right, are we live? Are we live? It seems that we are live and ready for action. Alrighty, folks, ladies, and gentlemen, welcome to the Box F1 Fantasy stream. We have 1 hour left until the deadline, and we have a lot of tricky decisions to make. That is for sure. So this is what I have right now. We're going to have a little look at the analysis here and see what we can gather from the data. So feel free to ask any questions you have in the chat. Grab a coffee, grab a Red Bull or something like that. And today I've actually got my Ferrari shirt on. Today I've got my Ferrari shirt on. I'm hoping for a Lewis Hamilton masterclass as always. So it's gonna be an interesting one for sure. Lots of decisions to make. We don't know if Hamilton's going to take the cake, if it's going to be Antonelli, if Russell's just going to come out of nowhere and take the win back from Antonelli, or even if Verstappen. Maybe Verstappen's going to come up and surprise us. We don't know. So it's going to be interesting for sure. So you are all very welcome in the chat, and thanks for joining. As always, if you're not subscribed yet and you like this content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel metric big ton, and it is good to have all of you here. And if you like this video, be sure to leave a like. And welcome to everyone who just joined the chat, the live stream. We are excited to have all of you here. And tell us, what teams are you looking at bringing in this weekend? Respect to Alexander, good morning. Muncie, welcome in the chat. Good to see you here. I was hoping you would join us. What are your current thoughts on the lineups? What are you planning on going for? Because right now I'm still undecided. I do have a few little ideas up my sleeve, which I think some of you will enjoy. So I might actually play a chip this weekend. I am considering Limitless just as a punt, but and BBYRUF, welcome. I'm just gonna call it BB. Going with 3 times Hamilton, Kimi with Merc Race. Yes, I like that. I like that. That is one of the teams that I feel will work nicely, especially with this team 1 here. That's something I'm very strongly considering. Actually just put this up here. So I'm just going to do this, Racing Bulls, and then I can actually do something like this, take out Lawson, and then I even have enough for Hamilton. I might even, let me just check. I didn't check this before. Let's see, could we get to Hamilton? Not quite. Okay, we're a little bit short, but okay. That's fine. So we can let's put Lindblad back in, take out Lawson, put in Hamilton. I quite like this lineup here. Looks very, very tantalizing. Exactly, with Hadjar in the team. Muncie, if Norris and Piastri take battery penalties, would you final fix? I don't think so. They just seem off the pace, and I think the final fix will work better when Antonelli or Russell or Verstappen take penalties later in the year. I'm sure we're going to have that later in the year, and that might be a good opportunity to final fix. So the only time I would final fix is, for example, if we have the sprint race, okay, very nice, and then like crashes out or something, or in qualifying Verstappen gets knocked out in Q2 or something like that. So if Verstappen starts Sunday's race, or Antonelli, if any of the top drivers like Antonelli, Hamilton, Verstappen, or Russell start outside the top 10 for Sunday's race, I think it might be worth doing a final fix. And that's actually a reason why I might just leave Team 3 as they are right now. I did set up this Team 3 for a final fix to Verstappen in Austria. I ended up not playing it. It just didn't feel good at the time. So I might just leave Team 3 as is to final fix to Hamilton or Russell or Verstappen. Going for -10, do you think it's worth it? I feel Hamilton and Kimi are 1-2. Yes, definitely. With the 3 times especially, I think it's worth it. Might even, if you're unsure which one will be faster, autopilot is also another option, I believe. And I'm very tempted to play autopilot in Team 1. I have my 3 times boost available in Team 1 and also the autopilot. So I'm slightly more inclined to play the autopilot instead of the 3 times boost, just because there's so little between Hamilton and Antonelli at this point. For me, it's just like, it's almost impossible to separate them to know which one will do better than the other. So going Kimi 3 times and Lewis 2 times for Red Bull Mini League. That's a good play, yeah. And Lewis 2 times for the main team. That seems to be the consensus that I've seen online from some of the top players. Like, for example, Leapsfrog, he was saying he's going 2 times Hamilton on all 3 his teams, which is like, I respect that. That's a very bold play for sure. And yeah, so let me actually just see if I can pull that up very quickly. Let's see here. Was it Leapsfrogs or Porsche F1? No, it's Leapsfrog. Okay. Let me just plug this in here very quickly. Okay, let me just do something. Just want to open up X here very quickly. And all right, let's just put this back on very quickly. Okay, so if you don't know who Leapsfrog is, he won the F1 Fantasy Champ. He was #1 in 2024, and he consistently is very good at this game. So this is someone, if you're not following him already, be sure to give him a follow, because it gives a lot of insights as well. So now let's just look here at his lineups just very quickly. So I think that is very bold to go Hamilton in all 3 teams. He's got a very similar setup to me, except I have Hulkenberg instead of Bortoleto. And it seems like he switched Hulkenberg to Bortoleto with the extra budget. Now, Team 2, same thing. Team 3, very similar, but Hulkenberg instead of Bortoleto. So this gives you a point of reference here. It seems like he could get... No, he couldn't get there. Just short on budget, but... yeah, this is what's happening. So I'm in a similar position here with Team 1. Team 2 especially has got slightly more budget. Team 2, definitely Gasly's got to go. Definitely looking to bring in Hadjar. And then the question is, what do we do with Antonelli? Do we go with Antonelli or do we go with Hamilton? That is the big question. So BB, I don't have autopilot. I'm going 3 times with Hamilton for his experience around Silverstone. Yeah, that is a safe bet. I honestly think that Antonelli might just score like 1 or 2 points more than Hamilton, just purely because I think they have a chance for fastest lap. And then, of course, Hamilton has the best chance for driver of the day. So 10 points for fastest lap, 10 points for driver of the day. It's going to be very close. So I think either way is safe enough, but I agree that Hamilton has the experience around Silverstone. And if we just look at his history at this track, I mean, he has only had 1 DNF in all the races he has ever raced at Silverstone. Like, if you haven't checked out Rob from F1 Fantasy Hub's website, formulahub.live, he's got a section there, F1 Fantasy, driver statistics, driver history, and then you can check by track how the drivers performed in the past. And Hamilton had 1 DNF in all the years he has raced there. So definitely Hamilton has got the experience, and it seems like he is very in sync with that Ferrari. So I think it's a safe bet. All right. And who else is here in the chat? Any differential plays you're thinking about? Any things like that? And who is thinking ahead to Spa? What are you thinking of playing in Spa? All right, let's just have a look here at the chat very quickly. All right, be sure to keep the questions coming. Much appreciated as well. So, while you'll think of some more questions to throw me, I'm just gonna have a little look here at the analysis from free practice, because I think it's very, very interesting indeed. So if we look here, okay, qualifying pace, like this is ordered by best lap, so this is our qualifying ranking. Now, if we look at the long run pace, this gives us quite an interesting picture of what's happening. So Leclerc actually is ahead of Hamilton in the long run pace. I'm not saying anyone should go for Leclerc. I think he is further back compared to Hamilton. Like if you are playing limitless though, now that becomes an interesting situation, because I believe there Leclerc would be a good fifth driver to have in your team. So if we look at the long run detail here from Leclerc, so Hamilton did get in more laps in free practice. Will Ferrari be quick in Spa? That is a very good question. Let's have a look at the track layout. This was actually something I was thinking about yesterday. So if we look at this track, I think it's going to suit Ferrari quite well, because if you look here, there is this massive long straight here between turns 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5. And then we've got some nice little curves for harvesting energy. And then relatively, I'd say medium speed corners here. And Ferrari seems to do well in the low and medium speed corners. So I think in Spa that they will do a good job. So I think loading up on Ferrari assets this weekend will be a good strategy, so that if you don't have to make any transfers in Spa. So, and if we actually look here at, just trying to look here, let's just look here very quickly at the projected points here. So if we look at Ferrari's historical points so far this season, we've got 69, 119, 75, 57, 69, like 29. Okay, that was the disaster in Monaco, but they are very consistent around basically all the tracks so far except Austria. So it seems like they were not doing so great there, but it seems like they were just like playing their power unit down quite a lot. I think they were scared of overheating it, so that's why they seem to be far off the pace. So I expect in Spa it's going to be very, very close indeed. I think Ferrari might actually have the advantage there if Mercedes don't figure out their energy deployment strategy. It seems like Ferrari have nailed it this weekend. So yeah, definitely someone I would like to have in Spa. So Hamilton might be a long-term hold even compared to Mercedes. Now, the one thing is, if we pivot on Team 1 here, so if we go from Team 1 to, this is what I'm thinking of, like so Racing Bulls, and then I can drop out Lawson, bring in Hamilton, like this. I'm quite happy with this setup for Spa, because then I have the flexibility of either dropping Antonelli and then going back to Mercedes as a Ferrari as a constructor, and then I can bring back in someone like Ocon, someone like Colapinto, or maybe even just bring back Lindblad as well. Lawson. Bring Lawson back in. So that gives me flexibility in Spa with regards to who is faster. So if Antonelli seems to be having the upper edge, we can just like swap out Hamilton, take Racing Bulls out, bring back in Ferrari, and so on. So this is quite flexible. Now, the question is with the chips. That's what I am currently debating. Do we play a chip like Limitless, or do we go 3 times, or do we go to autopilot? What do you guys think in the chat there? Do you think autopilot or 3 times boost is the call this weekend? What are you playing? Any people playing Limitless this weekend? The only team I have Limitless left on is Team 2, I believe. Yeah, Team 2 has Limitless and Team 1 does not have Limitless. So Team 2 is the only one I could possibly play Limitless on. But I don't love that because it means I have to stick with Pierre Gasly. Now, Gasly, let's see, his predicted points here, not looking good, like 2.5 or 3.4-ish. The Alpine didn't look to be anywhere really, so it's not very impressive. So, the only negative thing is if I want to play Limitless on Team 2, then I'm stuck with Gasly, and I'm not loving that. So not a lot of budget gain there. And even if we look here at F1 Fantasy Tools, so I've got, where's he, Gasly. Oof, I got him at like minus 1.2 points even. So Gasly will probably drop in price as well this weekend. Let's just look at this budget gainer. So Hadjar and Lindblad are basically the only ones guaranteed to go up in price. Lindblad needs -1 for minimum price rise, and Hadjar -2. Very doable, of course. Now, if you are short on budget, like some of us are, the question is, do you trust Bottas enough? He has DNF'd in the last 3 races. Race 7, Race 8, Race 9. Do you think he'll DNF again this weekend? That is the question. Is anyone bringing in Bottas to their teams to enable a 4A or 4A light kind of lineup? Let's actually just have a very look-see here. So I've got 3 transfers. So if we do something like this, okay, let's see. If we bring in Bottas, what can we do with this team? Let's have a look. So we've got some options here. So if we bring in Bottas, let me just put him here at the bottom because I think that's where he should go. Then okay, not quite. So we can get Hamilton, but then we are a bit short there. Okay, so that's not quite an option. Let's try here on Team 3. If we get a -10, could we squeeze in Hamilton? Okay, that's not going to work. So we bring in Bottas. Okay, we could do something like this, which I absolutely despise. This is a disgusting lineup. I mean, anything with Aston Martin or Stroll in there is just asking for a bad day. That's just asking for a bad day. Now let's just have a look at this. Let's just have a look. So if we let's look at this quickly. Let's just have some fun here. So maximum budget is 117 odd something point. What's my team? Oh, it's this. I can't remember now. I think it's 117.2. 117.2. Okay, so let's plug that in. So let's chuck in Antonelli, Hamilton, and then bottom of the barrel, Bottas, Stroll, and then where are you, Hulkenberg? Then Mercedes and Ferrari. Okay. Hey Rob, welcome to the chat. Thanks for dropping in. Nice to see you around here. we're just looking at some interesting teams here, Rob. What do you think about this Mercedes, Ferrari, Antonelli, Hamilton, and then you've got the Hulkenberg, Stroll, and Bottas. This is for Team 3, and I just saw I am able to afford this 4A lineup in this one. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Now, interesting, the predicted points here are 228.8. Okay, that is interesting. Let's just duplicate this very quickly and just see what else we can do with that. Stroll is a bit iffy, okay. Yeah, Bottas and Hulk, yeah. Bottas surely cannot DNF 4 races in a row, for sure. Well, I hope in theory. Yes, I think Fantasy Tools are being very conservative on their estimates. I mean, Hadjar at 10 points seems very low to me. Lindblad 1. Behrman, Ocon 0 for Lawson as well. They seem very, very low, and I think very DNF prone adjusted. So, yeah, I'm leaning more towards my own simulations for the midfield drivers at least. I'd say like Antonelli, Hamilton, and Verstappen even are a bit low. I'd expect them to be around 40 bit plus. And just looking quickly here, like I've got these two projections here. So like the projections raw have Antonelli at 48.8 points. Now adjusting for DNF and risk and recent form, it puts him around 31. And like Verstappen just raw has got 35.6 points projected with DNF, risk adjustment, and form, etc. Puts him about 34. So, yeah, this I think is slightly closer to what we'll see. Can you check Racing Bull and Mercedes and Hamilton and Kimi predicted points? Yes, I can check that for you very quickly. Yeah, so just looking here at Lindblad, we've got about 10 points for him. Isaac, 11. Like, I think it's a bit low for Hadjar. Colapinto around 8, 10-ish. Lawson, like even Lawson, like this seems a bit low. But yeah, I think Fantasy Tools predictions are very conservative this week, and yeah, so I think we'll see much higher scores than predicted there. So I'm kind of like trying to balance between the two sims. So okay, so let me just get onto that BB. Let's have a look. So, okay, just leave that. So let's just take out Bottas and Stroll very quickly. So Ferrari out. Let's bring in Racing Bulls. Let me just zoom out a bit because of this tiny. Yeah, there we go. It's slightly more, slightly better. Okay, so let's have a look here. So if we do that, what budget do you have, BB? So we've got Mercedes, Anthony Hamilton. That's looking at about 192.8. So about 30 points less than the Mercedes Ferrari lineup. And actually, let me just hop on back here to this lineup here. If I'm just gonna put 100 and let's just put 108, 117.2. So this is for my Team 3 budget. Let's just have a look here very quickly, and let's just lock in Hulkenberg, Hadjar, and Lindblad. Okay, sorry, lots of tabs. Hulkenberg, Hadjar, and Lindblad. Getting news, it's very windy. Ooh, okay. So we might see some big lockups and possibly some spins then. So you were saying Hulkenberg. Okay, Hulkenberg in, and Lindblad. Where's Lindblad? Hello? Okay, so with a budget of 117.2, that's about where you can get. So this is 183.8 points. I think this is very low because I don't think Bottas is going to get -10. He might get 0. I think Hulkenberg's going to get a few points at least. So I'm just gonna have a look here on my site. So let's go. So Mercedes, Racing Bulls, Antonelli, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Lindblad, Hulkenberg, and Bottas. So that gives you about, okay, mine puts it at about 216 points. So Lindblad scores 14, Hamilton 13. Sorry, Hadjar over Bottas. My apology. Oh, yeah, my apologies. Let me just put that. Hadjar. Okay, I think we should be able to afford that. Okay, 114.6. Now this might actually fit into my team. So this is looking about 229 points. Let's call it 230, and about 2.3 million budget gain. I think that in itself is worth a lot. This budget gain. So I think Hadjar's going to score slightly more than this. I don't think Lindblad will score more than Hadjar. So yeah, I'm thinking this is about where we can expect it to be. Hamilton might score slightly more. The lineup optimizer takes the risk-adjusted points, not the raw projected points. So if we look at Antonelli, he's projected to have 40. I think he'll score between this 31 and 48. So let's call it about 38, 39-ish points. And Hamilton, I think 36 is fair. Just going off of the vibes we've got. Might be higher, might be a bit lower. We don't know what's going to happen. And it is a sprint weekend, so higher scores are definitely possible and probable as well. Any other teams you want me to look at, BB or anyone else in the chats? Actually, let's have a look. If we play the 3 times chip here, if we play 3 times boost, then it's looking interesting. 290 points. Then it's very interesting. And if we play, and the thing is, it's very hard to measure autopilot's efficacy beforehand. Personally, I think Antonelli and Hamilton are so close to each other, it's going to be like 1 or 2 points difference between them, in my opinion. So I think autopilot might be the way to go, I think. And yeah, I think that's what I think. So it's going to be interesting for sure. In any case, I am just so stoked to I'm just very stoked to see the sprint race. It's going to be epic for sure. For sure. I just realized that I have the wrong background for my stream here, actually. This is my old. Let's see here. If I can just find the correct thingamajig. Okay, there we go. Now we've got the right ranking showing. Okay. Okay, Mercedes, Ferrari, Hadjar, Kimi, Liam, Lindblad, Hulkenberg. Okay, so let's just plug this in first here in F1 Fantasy Tools. So I'm just moving stuff around so I can see better. So Mercedes, Ferrari, Kimi, Liam. Let's see here. Oh, where are you? Liam Lindblad. Okay, I've got him there. I've got Lawson here and Hulkenberg. And who else? So, and Hadjar. So Hadjar, that's the other one. Hadjar. Let me just get him in here. Hadjar, where are you? Thank you. Oh, can't quite get there. Hold on. Did I make a mistake here? Let's try it. Is that possible? Oh, I think oh, no, sorry, silly me. I need to take out that. There we go. Okay, silly me. So that's looking about 225.4 points on F1 Fantasy Tools. Let's actually just bump up Lawson a little bit here. Let me just have a look very quickly. Lawson, where are you, Lawson? Okay, 7.5. Let's call it 7 points. He did score 7 points in Austria, so let's just say 7 points just for argument's sake. So let's just put him up there to 7. And then Hulkenberg, let's call it 4 points. Let's call it 4 points just for argument's sake. Let's do 4.0. Okay, and then Lindblad. Yeah, definitely gonna score more than that, man. Lindblad, where's Lindblad? Okay, I'm not gonna give him 14. I'll just go with 10. I'll go with 10. I think that is. Let's do the same as Lawson. Let's say 7. Let's say 7, just for argument's sake. And then I think that's pretty much everyone. I'll drop some new sims. Thanks, Riley. XM626X, I'll get to you just in a second now. Thanks for the question. Sorry, I have so many windows open here. My apologies. Okay, so then we're looking about 243 points then. If Hulkenberg scores 4, Lindblad 7, Lawson 7. Let's just bump up Hadjar just a little bit. I think that's very low for Hadjar. Hadjar, let's see. 10. Okay, let's put 12. Let's put 12. Let me stick to my sims. Let's say. Okay. Thanks for that. You're very welcome, Sam. I'm glad you're finding it useful. Thanks for dropping into the chat and joining the live stream. Good to have you here, man. Thank you. Alrighty. Now, let's see here. So, can we just reload the... So I've got Ferrari, Mercedes, Antonelli, Gasly, Lawson, Lindblad with 3 transfers and 114. Okay, definitely switch Gasly to Hadjar. The Hamilton to Antonelli one is the big question on everyone's minds. Do you have autopilot by any chance, XM626? Because if, well, mind you, then you have to have both. I'd say go with the one that makes you feel less anxious. If you feel Hamilton's experience will give him a smoother race overall, go for Hamilton. If you think Antonelli is considerably faster than Hamilton, go for that. Okay, no worries then. XM626. Okay, let's just reload this page. See what V2. Okay, Albon pit lane. Is Albon starting from the pit lane? That is new. Okay, just look here. So, okay, it seems like there was a slight bump in points, I think. Let's just have a look at V1. Yeah, okay, so Antonelli and Hamilton were slightly bumped up. Verstappen dropped down a little bit. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Now, let's just look at, so budget of 114. Let's just see what it's telling us. Okay. So, interesting. It's going Albon now because Albon's starting from the pit lane. Okay, I'm not loving that. I'm just going to exclude him from that. Yeah, then it's like Hadjar, Lawson. But if you look here at the Sims XM626, it's so close between Antonelli and Hamilton. And it's going to depend a lot on how the fastest lap falls. If the fastest lap goes to Hamilton and driver of the day, that is already a massive point delta between Antonelli and Hamilton. So if you think Hamilton can pull out the fastest lap and driver of the day, 100% go for Hamilton. All right. So, yes, the question remains. I'm just going to plug in here 117.2 again, just to see what kind of... Okay, so... Interesting. So now the Sims are actually saying that the 4A with Stroll and Bottas scores more than any other team with this budget specifically. That is fascinating for sure. Very, very interesting. I just want to have a look here on X very quickly. Let's see. Okay, do we have any interesting news here? I'm just having a look here on the side. XM626. I don't know if that's answered your question. So, Riley, I think I will change Anthony to Hamilton, as I'm able to roll a transfer, and Hamilton is better for budget this week. That is a good point. Budget setting. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, sorry, my bad. Sorry, respect Alexander. I'm not sure which setting you're referring to. Sorry. You're welcome, XM626. Very welcome. Always good to have you here in the chat. Yeah, so Hamilton is better for budget. Antonelli might even drop in price. So for he needs at least 38 points to go up 0.1, but Hamilton only needs 5 for maximum price rise. And if Ferrari keep their trend of race pace that we're seeing now, I think it might be worth having Hamilton in the team going into the next race, which is Spa, if I am not mistaken. Okay, so it's nice to roll a transfer. So if you have 3 transfers already, that gives you some flexibility in moving stuff around. So yeah, like the more I think about it, the more I'm talking, the more I'm convincing myself to bring in Hamilton for 2 times. It's not a differential play by any means. It's a bit of a gamble, if I'm being honest. Oh, okay. Hold on. I convert expected budget changes 2 points. Okay, thank you. Let's just go back there. So that is come on, sorry. Convert. No. Where's this? There we go. Okay. So increase new in the future with. Okay, that is oh, I can't remember now. Any respect, Alexander? Any suggestions on what points per future race? Let's see. I don't know. 2 sounds about right. So I'll just put that there. Okay. I forgot about this setting. Okay, I just put the 107.2 again. Okay, so 1.5. Okay, 1.5. Let's do that. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks. I'm still learning the new time. That's why I do these live streams, so I can learn from you guys. Thanks for that one. Okay, so effectively it'll earn us 25 extra points in the future. Interesting is Hajar Colapinto, Lundblad, Hulkenberg. Okay, so I'm liking this here. Basically, how many points does a potential budget can get you in the long run? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that does make sense. And I'm liking that it's showing Hamilton here as the 2 times for all of it in here. So Antonelli is nowhere to be seen until Team 6. And yeah, so we're looking about 230 mark, and it's like so close to if we chuck in Racing Bulls here. Let's just force it to go Racing Bulls and just see here. Yeah, so yeah, interesting. So round of 210 points, okay. But then with the budget increase, 240. That's about 10. If I just unselect them again, that's about 15 points. So, okay, another thing is that they're only predicting Racing Bulls to score 15 points, which is ludicrously low, in my opinion. if you just look at the constructors very quickly, so Racing Bulls predicted about 33 points. And that is very feasible if you look at the history. 50 points in the first sprint race, 38 in Austria. That is fantastic. So they'll probably score more than 33. So I'm just gonna bump them up here. Let's just bump them up to about, let's say 33 over there. Let's see how that changes things. So does that? Okay, there we go. Now you see that this is more what I'm talking about. So Antonelli, Hamilton, and if we play, then it's like so close, so close. Yeah, the difference between Hamilton and Antonelli is just so small to call. It's the DNF changes that offset the potential points to the lowest side. And oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna flip over here to X very quickly. And let's just refresh this. And I don't want to let peer pressure influence me, but it seems like everyone is trending towards the kind of, oh wait, hold on, let's actually go. It seems like everyone is going Hamilton. Everyone is backing Hamilton, so I don't, oh wait, hold on. Ooh, Rudy is going with Verstappen. This is spicy. This is definitely classified as a differential play for sure. Okay, and Mike F1 splitting his strategy. And let's have a look here if we find, sorry, lots of football in here, lots of soccer. Please, where's the F1 fantasy stuff? Oh, hold on, let's see what Matt and Tommy say. Oh, I like this. I like this. Okay. So. Final starting grid: Hamilton, Antonelli, Verstappen, Leclerc. Okay. This is a tough choice. This is really a tough choice on what to do. Oh, chances. Okay, that makes a bit more sense than changes. Like, I got the gist, but okay, chances, that seems a bit that's better. Awesome. Okay, so any last minute questions? I'm gonna start locking in my team now, so be sure to ask your last minute questions in the chat, and we can do some final team selection checks here if you want. If you want a specific team, if you want me to chuck in a specific team into the sims here, feel free to do so. Okay, so let me just unlock this very quickly and see what the best lineup is looking like. So if we play 3 times boost, it's saying, oh, okay, this is interesting. If we go for Verstappen and where's Hamilton? It's saying 1 point less. Interesting. Okay, and race. Okay, interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna exclude Colapinto here just for a second, because budget-wise, I'm not feeling him. Let's try this again. This is a very enticing team here. Could I get to this? Let's see. Let's just check very quickly. Okay, how many transfers would that be? So this would be Mercedes to, so this is 1 Racing Bulls. Then there's going to be a lot of transfers. I don't think I can get there. This is too many transfers. Hold on, do I have the wild card here? Do I have wild card left? I do. Ooh, that is very tempting. This seems like it could go horribly right or terribly wrong. You know what? You know what? I think Team 3 is my experimental team anyway, so let's just do it. Let's just do it. It's gonna be fun. Okay, so let's check out Ferrari. We're gonna bring in Racing Bulls. Let's check all these guys out, and then we are going to go Verstappen, Max Emilian Verstappen, Hamilton, Lindblad. Hold on, Lindblad, where are you? Lindblad, and then Hadjar. Okay, I'm happy we're keeping that. So this is now. I just realized I activated the wildcard, so I can't play another chip now. That's a bit stupid, but I'm gonna trust my simulations. I'm going to go for Verstappen. Yeah, that's it. Okay, Team 3 is locked. Just gonna go for fun here. Now, with regards Team 2, this one's a bit trickier because I've only got 114.7. By the way, Red Bull is not sponsoring this video, and if they did, I would be very happy. But it is nearly finished. So, okay, let me just unlock Hamilton and Verstappen here. Let's just start with a no chip for starters. Man, it's saying Verstappen. That is tricky. So 252. Let's just unlock him. Man, this. Let me just exclude Verstappen to see. So, I mean, that's so close, man. So close. If we unlock him, 248 expected points. 254. Man, that's okay. Budget change. If we go with Hamilton, what's the budget change then? So that's 1.3, 1.7. Okay, but okay, I'm not gonna go Ocon. I'm not going to go Ocon. Neither Colapinto. 248, 244. Okay, I'm reasonably happy with that. And okay, I think we can exclude Bortoletto as well. Just 242. Okay. Okay, 1.9 million budget change. That's a bit more respectable. I feel much happier with that. Okay, so be sure to keep asking any questions that you have, any last minute questions or simulations you want me to check, and just check if you're subscribed. All of you who are watching, just check if you're subscribed. It costs nothing and it helps out a bunch. And there's also an option if you want to support the channel that little bit extra. You can go to right at the bottom of any of the pages. You can buy me a coffee on Ko-Fi or directly PayPal me. Any tips appreciation are very much appreciated. So thank you so much for all your support. Now let's start locking stuff in here. We've got 10 minutes left. I want to avoid any any problems. Now, with so many people going to play Hamilton 2 times, is it smart to go differential and play Antonelli 2 times? That is the debate I'm having right now. And like Team 1 and T2, I don't want to go absolutely crazy just because they are the closest teams. One is at 30, well, what's it, 32k rank, the other one about 36. So I do not want to mess it up right now, almost before the summer break, you know. It's tricky. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I'm not sure what we're gonna do now. Bum, 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 bum. This is tough. This is tough. Okay, so I've got 3 transfers. With this one here, I think I'm going to go like this. Oh, wait, let me just put him in here. Okay. Okay, I think with Team 2, let's go Hamilton and Hadjar. If stuff goes wrong, well, then stuff goes wrong. Now the question is, do I want to roll a transfer or do I leave myself? I'm very tempted to do this because that I think will leave me just enough budget to get to Verstappen. Ah, no, just short. Okay. If we do, oh, I already have him. Ugh. Okay, that's not ideal. Okay, we could do Lawson. Okay, let me just put Hamilton like this, and then we can fit in Lindblad, and then we can have Bortoletto. And this will leave me enough budget to final fix to anyone. Russell, Verstappen, I can get them in there. So I think this is what I'm going to do. It's kind of a luxury transfer doing this, but I want to leave myself the flexibility. And then in Spa, with 2 transfers, I can get myself back to where I need to be. I can go take Hamilton out, leave him in, or switch him out for Antonelli, or even bring in Verstappen. So I think this is what I'm going to do on Team 2. So using all 3 of my transfers, let's do it. Now, with Team 1, this is the one I am... This one is tricky. I mean, I'm already going quite differential on this one, but I think let's do it. Let's go. We're going to play the 3 times chip on this one. I'm going to take out Ferrari. I'm going to bring in Racing Bulls as well. We're going to bump out Lawson, and we're going to bring in Lewis Hamilton. And then we are going to play. This is the tricky one. 3 times versus the autopilot. This is the one question I am doubting very, very heavily. This is tough. This is a tough choice. Let's see. Very, very tough. I think I'm just going to play autopilot because, yeah, I'm going to play autopilot. Yeah. I'm not sure. It's so close between Antonelli and Hamilton right now. It would be too big a point swing if I choose the 3 times boost on the wrong driver. There's no clear leader right now, in my opinion. And I'm just going to play autopilot. And yes, that is it. These are my teams locked now. So let me just post this very quickly over on the Twitters. If you all permit me 1 second. Okay, so teams for the British Grand Prix. Okay. So T1, auto pilot activated. Team 2, going for Hamilton, sitting left budget in the bank for final fix. T3, we are going wildly differential. Wildcard activated. All right, so I'm feeling quite good about these choices because it is sensible enough to score points, but differential enough to net me a lot of rank gain. So yeah, I think this is a good balance. I think some of the other players are going in too heavily on Hamilton. I think people are overhyping Hamilton just slightly. I think he can pull off a win, at least in the sprint race. I'm not so sure about the full race. I do hope I am wrong. It would be fantastic. But yeah. Whew. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be spicy. I feel very good about these teams. I have Hadjar in here. I've got Hamilton and Antonelli. Autopilot between those two is going to be good. Mercedes is going to bound to score a lot of points. Team 2, I think, is the most sensible of the lot. The difference between Hamilton and Antonelli is so small. It's going to be fine. Even if Antonelli scores slightly more, it will be a small difference between the two. Let me just refresh this see here. And yeah, well, good luck to all of you. Thanks for everyone who joined the chat and all the likes. It is much appreciated. If you have not done so already, please just drop a like, drop a comment, and be sure that you are subscribed. And if something goes very wrong or something interesting happens in qualifying, I will do a small video update to talk about that. If there are any final fix potential plays, so be sure you're subscribed so you do not miss out on that. All of you guys, I really appreciate the support in these live streams. I have a lot of fun doing these live streams and I want to keep doing them as much as possible. So thanks for watching my videos, joining the live stream, following me on X, and yeah, you guys are legends. Thank you so much. You are very welcome, Riley. I'm glad you like it. And feel free to drop any suggestions for features or improvements on the website or in these live streams or my channel in general. You can DM me on X, send me an email. My email's on my website. So thanks so much for the kind comments and words. You guys are legends. So best of luck to everyone. Now, just before we finish, just drop your final teams in the chat for me. I'm curious to see who you went with, and yeah, best of luck to everyone, man. I'm very excited for the sprint race. I think it's going to be spicy with the different energy deployment strategies from everyone. So it's going to be fun. It is going to be fun 100%. So what do you think of my team lineups? Crazy? Not too crazy? Sensible enough? Or a little bit? So, Hamilton, Antonelli, Lindblad, Lawson, Hulkenberg. I'm guessing. My team 2. Sweet. So let's hope that one is the one that does the best. I really hope I can get into the top 20k this weekend. So there might be some DNFs, which hopefully we can avoid. But yeah. Thanks for joining, Alexander, Riley, Rob as well. Thanks for joining. Yeah, lock it in. Lock it in. It is locked. We've got like seconds left, if not. So what's everyone's team looking like? Riley, you typing out there your team for us? Oh boy, I'm very excited. I am very excited about this sprint race. It's going to be an epic one. Okie dokie. Mitch Jr., Antonelli, Hadjar, Lindblad, Lawson, Mercedes. Yeah, very solid. Can't fault anything in that team. Honestly, I think the scoring is going to be very close. Oh, even better, Alexander. Then you've got nice flexibility going into Spa. Great job, man. Fantastic stuff. Okay, awesome stuff, everyone. Thanks you so much again for joining. I am going to conclude the live stream here. I'm going to hop on and watch the sprint race. I hope everyone enjoys as well. Have fun, kick back, relax, scream at the screen when your driver's DNF. Excellent, Mitch. Fantastic. And watch out for next week during the break between races. I will be posting a video on budget building for those who are behind on budget, and also maybe a tutorial on how to use my site most effectively to get into the nitty-gritty data, deep dives and stuff to give you an extra competitive advantage over all the other fantasy players. Awesome. Thanks so much, everyone. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Thank you again for all the comments, the questions, the chats, and the likes. It is much appreciated. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Good. Bye.